If you're planning a visit here to Sedona, don't forget your hat, sunglasses, camera, and hiking shoes. But if you want to add a new challenge to your visit, bring your fishing pole.
If we get off the beaten path here on Oak Creek, we have pretty fun days fly fishing the creek.
Game and fish certainly stocks the creek quite a bit, so that keeps the turnover. Fish generally every 2 weeks they'll stock, so we really appreciate that. Helps out with a lot with the beginners.
I started fly fishing here in October with Brian, and was up to the creek quite a few times before that and absolutely loved it up here. So yeah, I decided that I wanted to start fly fishing up here.
We get a lot of wild brown trout here. It's not a destination fishery like your Montanas or your Colorados, so we see less pressure for the ordinary fly fisherman.
Most of us picture Oak Creek Canyon above the surface of the water, and it's blissful. But try it knee-deep in hip waders with a fly rod in your hands. And like Emily, be prepared to see just how smart a fish can be.
You want to be quiet when you can and be stealthy. A lot of these brown trout are really a lot smarter than people consider them to be. So you want to take your time and not jump around in the water too much or splash with your cast too much, especially in some of the still water. Get that fly line out a good ways, take your time and get that fly out as far as possible.
It's been pretty good. Brian has been phenomenal in teaching me everything, and right off the bat I started catching brown trout and rainbow trout. Catching a fish is the ultimate high in this, but it's just so peaceful and so serene out here that to me, I mean, you come out here and you're not thinking about anything other than just landing that fish. And yeah, if it doesn't happen, it's okay, and it's still a beautiful day out here.
There are deep pockets of water just below the surface, places where the fish hide or hunt for food, depending on the time of year and even the time of day. There are nearly 50 fishable miles along the creek, where rainbow trout, brown trout, largemouth bass, smallmouth bass, and even 2 kinds of catfish can be caught.
It's great for the beginners to get out and take chances with the rainbows, and as they get washed down, they turn into holdover trout, which can get fairly large. The brown trout are they're really smart, and some of the bigger brown trout are bigger for that reason. They're smart. They'll avoid some flies, or if you make a bad cast, they'll kind of let you know what you're made out of.
This time out, Emily is not going home with any stories about the big one that got away. But she knows what she'll be trying for next time.
Less flies in the tree and more fish on the hook.